Okay, so hello and welcome to today's Meet the Charity. So I'm Josie Bades, I'm the Volunteer Development Coordinator for Action Together Oldham. And today I'm joined by Mary Skelton from the Access Project, who's here to talk about their charity, the work that they do, and how you can maybe get involved as a volunteer. So hi Mary, you okay?
Hi, Daisy. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm brilliant, thank you. So we'll get going if that's all right with you. So first of all, could you tell us a bit more about the Access Project and what your service offers?
Yeah, of course. So the Access Project, we're an education charity that actually supports disadvantaged young people in our in-school programs across the UK. So we these by offering them a unique combination of tuition and in-school mentoring. So basically, we work with them to help them make great applications to university, get the grades they need, and help them transition to university. So I'm really pleased to say that this academic year we supported 97% of our young people, and they were from the most disadvantaged and underrepresented groups. So that means that they're either receiving something like free school meals, pupil premium, receiving some form of government benefit, or may even be care leavers or currently living in care. Really are offering a unique support to young people who wouldn't be able to access our services in any other way. So that's really lovely.
So could you tell us about where your charity is based?
Yeah, so our head offices are based in London, but we're actually partnered with 39 schools across the country. Our next academic year, we'll be launching into 4 new schools, which is really, really exciting for us. But as our tutorials are delivered online, it means that our volunteering opportunity as a tutor is a home-based opportunity, which means anyone living in the UK can help us and support young people in our programme. So what we say is all you really need is access to a computer, a stable internet connection, and 1 hour free each week to deliver a tutorial online.
Great. So it sounds like a really accessible volunteering opportunity that you can fit in around sort of the other things that you've got going on, which is great. So just going into volunteering opportunities more specifically, could you tell us, is there a specific role that you're looking to recruit for at the moment?
Yeah, sorry. So I have kind of already mentioned we're recruiting for a volunteer tutor. So that's to help the young people on our programme. So tutorials are actually delivered on a dedicated platform, and all we ask for our volunteers is to support a young person for 1 hour a week to deliver a tutorial online. So that would be from the autumn term until the following summer. So the young people we support are at the ages of 14 to 18 years, and they're currently studying their GCSE and A levels. So we're looking for volunteers who would want to make a difference to a young person's education, their learning, and help them with their future progression options. As our young people are interested in going on to university, we have members of staff who are based in the schools as mentors, which help our young people make informed decisions about their futures, including where to study, what to study, and really how to get there. And then the other side of our programme is the one-to-one tuition that's delivered by our amazing volunteers to help our young people boost their grades.
That sounds great. So to become a volunteer with the Access Project into that role, do you need any specific experience or skills?
Yeah, great question. So we do say there's no prior tutoring experience needed, as we offer a really comprehensive training and onboarding package to make sure that our volunteers feel confident and ready before their tutorials start. But we do ask for our volunteers to either be currently studying for an undergraduate qualification, so either be currently at university or have an undergraduate degree or an equivalent professional qualification. And depending on what subject you'd like to tutor in, we ask for our volunteers to have a qualification higher than what they'll be tutoring in. So anyone who'd be interested at tutoring at GCSE, we'd ask for them to have a relevant A level in a subject. And for those who want to tutor at A level, we ask for them to have a relevant undergraduate qualification or higher. And we also ask for our volunteers to have spare 1 hour a week and be available for the next academic year. So that would be starting between September and October 2023 until the following summer. And we also ask for all our volunteers to complete a DBS check. So that's a criminal records check, but all the costs are covered by the Access Project.
Great, thank you. And so do you have a minimum age for your volunteers then?
Yes, we do. Due to our safeguarding policies, we do ask for all our volunteers to be 18 years or over.
Great, thank you. Could we move on and talk about sort of the recruitment and application process to become a volunteer for the Access Project?
Yes, of course. Thank you. So yeah, now is a really great time for volunteers to sign up and join our really lovely and amazing community of volunteers. So if anyone interested applies now, so that's over the summer months, you'd be able to access our training to allow you to be ready with a match with a young person between September and November time. However, our application form is actually live all year round, so our volunteers can apply at any time. So we usually say applications received in January onwards would be falling to the next academic year, so that would be starting in September. But that's no problem, should just be added to our pool of tutors, and you would be able to complete your onboarding and training skills to be ready for the next academic year. So the application form, lovely, it's really, really lovely. It only takes 5 minutes to complete. So all you need is your education history, your motivations to apply, and contact details for 2 character references. And yeah, it will all come through to us at the volunteering team, and then we'll be in contact with you in regards to next steps.
Great, thank you. So moving on to once someone has completed their application, they've decided that they do want to be a volunteer. Could you give us a little bit more information around sort of what training and induction that they would expect to receive?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, we ask for all our volunteers to come and attend our tutor online training, which is around 2 hours. It's usually delivered on Teams or Zoom. They're available kind of from the summer. There'll be at least 4 or 5 training sessions you can choose from each month, and it's bookable at a time that's convenient for you. So you'll actually be sent a link to choose a time and date that works for you. We also ask for all our volunteers to complete our safeguarding e-learning, which is accredited, so you can get a certificate for that, and that's just 1 hour. As it is modular as well, it just means if you've got a spare 5 or 10 minutes, you can pop on to the platform and complete a module, and then you don't need to do it again until you've got another spare 5 or 10 minutes. But it does take about 45 minutes to an hour to complete in total. So our tutor training, that's the online for 2 hours, that covers everything you need to know about the tutor role, including the online platform, safeguarding, points of contact, our online volunteer community, and the large range of support we provide to all our volunteers, including all our volunteers have a dedicated volunteer manager, and access to a large number of resources to help you plan your tutorials. So there's lots of things there to make sure that all our volunteers feel ready before they get started, and there is their volunteer manager there for any questions or queries to support them along the way as well.
It's brilliant, thank you. It sounds like a really sort of thorough induction and training process, which will be great for any new volunteers coming through, especially if they've not had that experience of being a tutor before.
Exactly.
So yeah, brilliant. So yeah, it sounds really rewarding and worthwhile. It'd be great if you've got any sort of feedback or examples of experiences from some of your current volunteers that you could share with us.
Yeah, of course. So actually, a large number of our volunteers really don't have any prior experience of tutoring or teaching, and a lot of our volunteers have been out of education for some time as well. So we have made sure that we've built our training and resources to help our volunteers feel supported, and that's what we hear from a lot of our volunteers as well. They say that it's amazing how much they remember from school. They said they didn't think they'd remember anything, and actually when you start the tutorials, all the memories and the knowledge starts coming back. And they say that it's really a lovely way to connect with a subject that you may not use in your everyday job. And it's just we do lots of events where I get the opportunity to connect with our volunteers, and it's always really lovely to hear their experiences and their stories. And they say that because they may have a passion for the subject they're tutoring, they may be helping a young person in a subject that they maybe don't enjoy very much because they're not very good at it. But as their confidence grows throughout the academic year, and the volunteers say that they can actually see the young person's attitude changing to the subject, and something that they may not have enjoyed before, they're really loving and enjoying now. So I think that's a really lovely and rewarding thing, to have an influence on a young person interest for a subject. And they've also told us that a lot of our volunteers may remember some extra support they got at school, or maybe someone that helped them, or maybe a family member that helped them with tutoring, and they see this as a prime opportunity to pay that experience forward and help a young person with their education and learning, really. And it really does make a huge difference to their futures. And yeah, it's just, you know, everyone says how flexible it is to fit in with your schedule if you only ask for 1 hour a week. And the really lovely thing is our volunteers often think they're just going to join us for one academic year, and they've enjoyed it so much and found it so rewarding that we find that they actually stay on for consecutive years, which is really lovely. So you may actually start supporting a young person in year 10, so that's at 14, at the start of their GCSE studies. And you may stay with the same student until they finish their A-levels, and you actually find out about where they go on to university as well. So it can be a really, really rewarding experience, and you get to know the young person really well as well. So I think it's a really positive working relationship, and I think it works both ways. The young person really gets something out of their learning, really boosts their confidence, helps with their grades. But I think it is also a really, really rewarding and lovely experience for the volunteers to kind of connect with a young person in their community and give them some time back.
Yeah. Oh no, that sounds brilliant, definitely. And to be able to sort of follow someone through their journey, maybe from sort of towards the end of secondary school through to college is brilliant. So yeah, it sounds like something that would be really rewarding, great to get involved with. So if people are interested in sort of maybe applying or just finding out more about the role, sort of what's the best way for them to get involved?
So yes, our volunteering role is registered on the Action Together's website, so potential volunteers can register their interest there. Alternatively, there's another way that we can do it as well, is we on our website we have a volunteering page that has access to our online application form. So that's how we ask for our volunteers to apply. So as I mentioned, we just ask for education, history, motivations to apply, and contact details for 2 character references. So it takes 5 minutes to complete. It will come through to us at the volunteering team, and then we'll be in contact with next steps. But part of that application form does actually ask you, how did you hear about us? So we'd really, really encourage for everyone to let us know that we heard through you at Action Together, so we can keep you updated with the volunteers that we've had from you and who's supporting in your local community.
Wow, that's brilliant. Thank you, Mary. So yeah, like Mary just said, there's a couple of ways there for you to get involved. You can read a little bit more about the role. It's registered on our website. You can also go direct to the Access Project and read a little bit more there and apply directly. So yeah, a couple of ways to get involved, and it sounds again a really worthwhile opportunity. So yeah, thank you for your time today for today's Meet the Charity, and hopefully sort of as a result of this session, you will be able to recruit a few additional volunteers to your team.
Oh, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and yeah, thanks for giving us the opportunity to connect with some of your lovely volunteers. So thank you so much.